All right, you guys, we are cooking. So it's gonna be like a two-part segment. So today we're gonna cook dinner for the next few days, and tomorrow we're gonna make lunch for the next few days. I was thinking about combining it, but I was like, I feel like this is gonna be a really long video. So let's get to cooking. So I got this recipe from Jen's Plant Based on Instagram. I've been following her for a while. I've made this before, but it's been a while. So I will be referencing her recipe, her reel, as we make this. This is Jamaican rundown, vegan style, of course, using one of my favorite quote unquote fish like ingredients, heart of palms. And once I open this, you guys, I'll show you guys exactly what this is. I've never had this before until I was vegan. So this is something that us vegans use a lot when we're making like fish-like dishes. So you guys are gonna see all of that. So first what I'm gonna do, she had hers with quinoa too. I'm gonna be making mine with quinoa because quinoa, for a lot of reasons, is a healthier choice because it's full of protein, it's full of fiber. And as a vegan, I really try to make sure I get as much protein as possible from different places. So quinoa it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that going. But you guys, you can have this rundown over rice. Like, it's really up to you. You don't have to have any grain if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. So let's go ahead and get the quinoa started. Basically, it's 1 cup quinoa, 2 cups. I use vegetable broth. You can use water. And another thing that I do to make sure my quinoa tastes good is I season it. So it's sitting in the seasonings as it's cooking. All right, just a little secret there for those of y'all who didn't know, now you know. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I didn't really like quinoa, but that's before I knew to season it. So that's a little secret there. So let me add 2 cups of vegetable broth, and feel free to cook it in whatever you want. Some people use water, some people use chicken broth. I'm using white quinoa, but I feel like all colors of quinoa taste the same. All right. So basically how you cook quinoa, like I said, 2 cups of your liquid, 1 cup of quinoa, and you're gonna want it to boil. Then once it starts to boil, you bring the burner down to a simmer, and then you just let it do its thing till it gets nice and soft. And what am I going to be seasoning my quinoa with, you ask? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to be using some smoked paprika, some onion powder. I'm almost out. And I'll be using a little bit of this Creole seasoning. I don't even remember buying this. It was literally in the back of my seasoning pantry area, and I ran out of Cajun. So I've just been using this, and it actually tastes really good. So I love it when you find hidden seasonings. All right, so I'm gonna let this come to a boil before I turn the burner down. All right, so let's go ahead and cut the vegetables. So we're gonna be putting a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna be using an onion, some bell peppers, some mushrooms. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like some of these mushrooms have gone bad, and they've only been sitting in the fridge for like 2 days. But we're gonna use them anyways. So let's get started with cutting, shall we? And I would use carrots. Carrots are also really good to use. My carrots went bad. They were in there for a while, so I mean, it makes sense as to why. Another ingredient that's going to be in this rundown, which is one of the reasons why I actually stopped making it, is because you will need some coconut milk. So coconut milk is vegan, of course, canned coconut milk, but the problem with the coconut milk is it is full of saturated fat. That's probably one of the only vegan ingredients I can think of that you do have to be mindful with if you're trying to lose weight, because coconut milk is full of fat. It's healthy, right? But it's full of saturated fat. So that's the only issue there. But I mean, I haven't made this in probably like almost a year. So I think we're okay here. You know, I'm not like stupid anal about this type of stuff. Just throwing it out there. Just like when we were talking about the vegan macaroni and cheese with the cashews, you know. At the end of the day, cashews are a natural ingredient, very healthy for you. However, you do have to be mindful of the fat intake, you know. Even though it's a healthy fat, you still have to be mindful of that. So I'm gonna put my mushrooms in. Let's cut up these bell peppers. Okay, so while we're cutting, let's do some talking. And don't let me forget about this quinoa and overcook it, please. I am notorious for that. I really am. So, okay, let's chit chat. I had the phone call with the company. It was it was like a virtual call. You guys, it went really well. It went really, really, really well. I am so excited. She was talking to me about like the product, and it literally aligns with everything that I agree with. So I'm so excited about it. They were talking, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to reveal the brand until it's all like finalized. Sometimes, like, I like to talk to you guys about stuff, but I also I don't want to say too much too soon. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see. But from the call, I'm really excited because their mission aligns with my mission. They are all about natural ingredients, like I am, as much as possible. Obviously, you know, sometimes things ain't always going to be natural, right? I know this, I recognize this, but the fact that their products are, that makes me super excited to work with them. They have a lot of other content creators that are really big, who I was following even before this company even reached out to me. Okay, so I was super excited about that. You know, I'm excited. I'm really excited. And the woman I spoke to, she seemed really nice, very friendly, answered all of my questions. So honestly, I really didn't have that many questions, but the questions that I had, she answered very well. I feel bad when I really don't, sometimes when you talk to people, they give you so much information that, you know, I just really don't have any questions, you know? So they're mailing me some products to try to see if I like them, how they worked for me, all those things. And then if I like them, then we'll book another call, the call number 2, and we'll go over everything else. Okay, so my quinoa is boiling, so I'm going to bring it down to low/medium temperature for the burner and let it finish. And I'll show y'all what it looks like. Quinoa is supposed to be very fluffy, like rice, just very fluffy. If it's not fluffy, if it's still kind of hard, that means it's not done. But anyways, yes, it was a very positive call. I was super excited, just really excited. I was trying to not show how, still be friendly, of course. I'm not sitting on the phone with a stale face. But I was really trying to contain my excitement because I just did not want to look too excited. But between me and you, I was really fucking excited. I was really fucking excited. I am not even gonna lie. I was stoked. Okay, I was really fucking stoked. But I was let me, let me chill out, But I told her, I couldn't hold anymore. I was she was is there anything else that you would like to say? I was look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so excited. When you told me that y'all's products are natural ingredients, that's where you had me. And she started laughing. She's oh my gosh, because, we really love your content and we just think you would be such a perfect fit. And I was oh my God, this is perfect. So, just an update, we'll see how it goes, of course. Not making any promises, but just wanted to share that little bit of information with you guys. So fingers crossed, right? She said the product will be here in 5 to 7 business days. So it was pretty cool to be able to choose out what I wanted to try in the different flavors. They had a lot of flavors, a lot of flavors. So I was oh gosh. She's yeah, it's good to have a lot of options because you can accommodate a lot of people, but also a lot of options can be a little overwhelming. I was yes, I don't know which flavor I want. And she's don't worry if you don't like a certain flavor, we can definitely send you, another flavor. So really excited, you guys. Really, really excited. All right, so I'm using 2 bell peppers here. And one thing, if you guys haven't watched me cook, I am a partial recipe follower. Okay, so when I approach cooking, I've made this before, so I already vaguely remember. But when I approach cooking, I use the recipe as a guide, just a general guide. Okay, so I skim it. I'm like, okay, but then I still do my own thing. Okay, so that's how I approach cooking. It's very rare that you're gonna see me follow the instructions to a T, like literally to a T, like to a T to a T, like not deviate at all. That is very rare. Okay, Munchkin, my dog wants some bell pepper. Here you go, babe. He loves bell peppers. You better eat it because I done put it on the floor. Oh, okay. All right, so 2 bell peppers in here. Let's cut up some onion. So, okay. While we cut up, before we get to the cooking, I have some affirmations for us while we cut. I feel like y'all really like the positive motivational stuff. I like it too. I really do. I really do. And I'm glad that y'all like it as much as I like it. So we'll just keep it going. I hope this onion ain't bad. Okay. I had this onion. I don't know how long I've had this onion. All right. Let's get started, shall we? If you have not downloaded the app, I am telling you, you don't know what you're missing. I have been promoting this app like I have shares in it, but I don't. Like, it's just really that good of an app. Like, please download it. Please download it. It's not, I know you get a free trial. There's no more, babe. That was it. I know you get a free trial, but I don't know how long that trial is for. But I believe it's like $4.99 a month or $20 a year. It's something like that. It's not okay. It's not too crazy of a price, you guys. Like, it's not like stupid crazy high. So if you have it in your budget, like, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you download it. It, goes off periodically throughout the day, just spitting out positive things to remember about yourself and your life. I honestly feel like there's cookies involved because I'm trying to figure out, how does it know I need to hear this at this very moment? Like, it's freaking scary sometimes. Scary in a good way, but no, seriously, like, I'll be going through something or thinking something, and it'll just pop, and I'll be like, yo, how did it know I needed to hear that? That must be God. Okay, so I'm telling you, download that app. I am. All right. Oh, the onion. As we're about to read, it's going to start. All right. I deserve a wonderful, positive, and magical experience in my life. Facts. And more facts. Facts. You guys, once you change your mindset and you start to look at the glass as half full instead of half empty, you attract, see, not chase. You don't have to chase shit. You attract everything that your heart desires. And I can attest to that to the fullest. And I believe that if it hasn't happened yet, it's because it's not supposed to happen yet. Like, I have been open with you guys about how, the onion. Hold on. Let me stir this quinoa. I have been open with you guys about my struggle with making friends that pour into me like how I pour into them. I've never had that. So, and that's okay. This is not a pity party. Excuse me. I pooted. It's okay. Like, things happen when they're supposed to happen. Everything happens for a reason. So I say all this to say that I am positive that when the time is right for me, when the universe sees fit, I will attract the right friend group into my life who knows how to pour into me like I know how to pour into them, right? I truly believe that, and no one can convince me otherwise. But if I had a negative mindset, I would think, oh, everyone in the world is bad and out to get me, and, and I don't believe that at all. I feel like the women that I had in my life, they were there for a reason, and I'm not sitting here saying it was all bad. They were who I needed them to be in the moments that we shared, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of times two people are for a season, you know? Oh, this onion. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the skillet on. I love my skillet, y'all. If y'all don't have a skillet, you don't know what you're missing. Get you a skillet. Get you a skillet. Okay. So let's start following the recipe. Basically, got the vegetables in. I'm gonna put in a little bit of minced garlic. Just a little bit. I think the recipe said like a quarter of a tablespoon or teaspoon, something like that. I don't really like a lot of garlic going on. So we just gonna put a little drop in there, like so. And we're gonna add our seasonings. So let's see, I forgot my fresh thyme, so it's okay. Oh, I was supposed to, see, this is why I should follow the instructions. When you do this, start with your onion and your minced garlic before you add the other veggies, but that's okay. Add your seasonings. Oh, and I'm gonna be using, she has a Scotch bonnet, but Whole Foods, I don't think I've ever seen a Scotch bonnet at Whole Foods before, like ever. So I always just grab a jalapeno and use that for my spiciness. So let me cut up a piece. I probably won't need, I like hot food, but this is a pretty big jalapeno. Like I don't need all of it. But anyways, so let me cut that up real quick and throw all this in here. So the point I'm making is, if I had a negative mindset, I would think, oh, everybody's bad and out to get me, and you know, that's not true at all. That is not true at all. So, you know, the power of the tongue and the power of your mindset is so, so, so important. So just try to be positive as much as you can. And yeah. Next one. Ooh, I'm working on this, y'all. I am really working on this. I accept the help from others. I'm working on it. I'm really working on it. It's not that I don't accept help. It's just I'm not good at asking for help. I'm really not. I've been like that my whole life. I am really not good at asking for help. And that is a character flaw. And my counselor was telling me, like, I'm not even good at opening up to people. Like, being vulnerable with people. I have to work on that. Like, I'm someone, like, if let's say me and you are friends. I'm someone that's going to let you share way more than I share. And I need to not do that. It kind of comes off as being guarded. Like, I could see how you would get that interpretation. Like, okay, you are really guarded. You don't let people in. And I need to work on that. I feel like I've been like that for a very, very long time. And I don't know how to ask for help. Like, I got to work on that, y'all. I do. All right. So I'm not going to put the whole jalapeno in here. Like I said, just a little drop. I'm also going to sprinkle in just a little bit of vegetable broth. Oh, wait. Let me use do I have one that's open? Yeah. So everything can start cooking up some. Fresh vegetables just smell so good. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I need to work on just being more vulnerable. I don't know why I'm like that. Like, I guess it's like that independent boss chick attitude, which is so not attractive. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I really do struggle with asking for help. I feel like my mom and my grandma, like, they just raised me to do for yourself. Like, don't depend on other people. I don't know. Does anyone else struggle with that? Let me know. Like, I know I'm not the only one. And I feel like it's like that, like, in the black community, like, black women. I don't know. Like, I know for a fact, like, a lot of black women are like that. Like, just very, not all, because there's a lot of beggars out there, too. But I feel like a lot of black women were just brought up to do for themselves. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I could be generalizing that. All right, next one. I am grateful that I can see the positive side of any situation. Period. 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 All right, let's season this stuff up. So we're going to be using the same type of seasonings here. So onion powder. No, this is garlic powder. I'm out of onion powder. That's what happened. I got to get some more. So onion powder. That's a lot of garlic powder. We're going to be using all-purpose seasoning. How much you got in there? 1 tablespoon of all-purpose. Okay. Let me grab my tablespoon. Good. Okay. I gotta like pop the top off. And since I don't have fresh thyme, I do have some thyme seasoning. So I'll be using that instead. Okay. Ooh, this onion. Oh my God. I think that was it. 2 spring onions. Okay. 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 All right. Let's go ahead and mix all this up. This is a pretty quick recipe too. Like, if I remember correctly, it only takes like 20, 30 minutes. Oh, and so she is going to be using flour, like regular flour. I like to use chickpea flour for my thickener. So, but use whichever flour you prefer, but chickpea flour is cool. So we're going to need that in a little bit. So we're going to continue to just let the seasonings cook on the vegetables. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Am I out of vegetable? Okay. Let me open up a new thing of vegetable broth. Okay, so just a little bit. We're just going to add a little bit here. And just let it do its thing. I can't wait for y'all to see this. I can't wait for y'all to see this. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, my lips are burning. I accidentally touched my lips with my fingers that was being used to cut the jalapeno. You gotta be careful with those damn hot peppers, man. Oh my gosh. I remember one time I was cutting a jalapeno. This is a long time ago. The shit was so fucking hot. Like, once I put it on the skillet to start cooking, it started smoking. I started coughing. My dog ran away, and then the smoke detector went off. Like, sorry. Okay. Let's proceed, shall we? Next, what I'm going to do is open up my heart of palms, and let me show y'all what that looks like. We got a lot going on. We still got to finish our talk. We got a lot going on now. Kind of clean up this workspace a little bit. All right. So, for those of y'all who have never seen a heart of palm, you're about to see. You're about to see. Oh, these are cut in half. That's okay. So the ones at Whole Foods, it's in some water. So all I'm going to do is just drain it out the can. So they either come like cut up or you might get the whole. But let me show you guys what we got here so you can see your first heart of palm. So this is what it looks like. So it's like this white. And let me open it, like slice it so y'all can see. Down the middle. So it's got like a, kind of like a stringy texture to it. And it kind of smells like fish. But all we're going to do is just kind of cut them. Turn the skillet down a little bit. The vegetables are pretty cooked. So we're just gonna cut them into smaller pieces. You're gonna keep the inside filling, like, and I don't remember what a heart of palm is. If someone knows, please comment. Is it like, does it come from palm trees or something? I've looked it up once before, but I don't remember. I feel like I read it's like the sap. I don't know, y'all. Don't get me to line. I don't know what it is. But in the recipe, she said you can also use banana blossom. I've never used banana blossom for this before because I couldn't find it at Whole Foods. Something else that I could not find, you also need some miso paste. When I went to Whole Foods the other day for this, I could not find it, nor could I find somebody to help me. So I won't be using miso paste in this today. But I do think that you should if you can get your hands on it. All right. So I'm actually going to put 2 cans of, ooh, honey. This is, turn this skillet off for a second. All right. So I got that all cut up. Let me grab my other can and do the same thing. Drain it out. Okay. And I'm not cutting these all pretty either. Like, they're just kind of just being sliced. All right. So let's see. I don't remember what comes next.
It's traditionally made with salted mackerel. It's a great way to get some Jamaican flavors in without the fish. In this recipe, you can use banana blossom or heart of palm to replace the fish, and nori or vegan fish sauce to recreate the flavors. Start by sauteing the onions in oil, followed by the garlic, scotch bonnet, thyme, and spring onion. Then add in the banana blossom or heart of palm and season and fry for.
Okay, so let's add in our banana blossom. Let's add in our heart of palm next. Like she said. See, I follow it sometimes. The recipe is a guide. It's a guide. All right, let me turn this back on. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more vegetable broth to help with the cooking. Oh, let me check this quinoa. Y'all supposed to be reminding me. All right, y'all, the quinoa is done. Taste it. Yep. Quinoa is nice and fluffy. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells amazing. All right, let me show y'all what the quinoa look like. For those of y'all who don't know, don't worry, I got you, and I got you. Because I don't believe I knew what quinoa was before I was on my healthy eating kick. I don't think, if I knew what it was, I never ate it. I know that much. I know I never ate it. I always ate rice. All right, so this is quinoa. See, so pretty. This is quinoa. So this will be used instead of rice. Okay. So I'm going to stick this to the side. It is all done. All right. What we got next, Jen? Let's see.
Onions in oil, followed by the garlic, scotch bonnet, thyme, and spring onion.
Okay.
Then add in the banana blossom or heart of palm and season and fry for a few minutes to infuse. Then add in the tomatoes and cook until they become soft, followed by the coconut milk, bell peppers, miso, vegetable stock, nori, lime, and cook down for around 5 minutes. Don't forget to save this recipe to time.
Okay. See? She gonna get me right. All right. So let me open up the coconut milk can. So coconut milk, sometimes if you get it, it like is like in clumps, but this is already smoothed out. So wait, I don't know how much. Is it the whole can?
Don't forget to save it. What happened to?
1 can. Yeah, 1 can of coconut milk. Okay, just had to make sure. All right, we got the 1 can of coconut milk in here. Gonna also add some more vegetable broth. How much vegetable broth? Vegetable broth. 1 vegetable stock cube. Oh, well, I ain't got a cube. I got broth. So we put that in there too. Alright. I don't know how much you're supposed to add. I made that up. I made that amount up. So don't mind me. And then I have nori. So nori is the... You ever had sushi before? That's what nori is. It's like the sushi wraps. So that's going to also help this have a fish-like, seafood-like taste. Okay? And this is in the oriental section. So this is nori. Just a sheet of sushi paper, basically. So we're gonna do half. So just fold it and just break it up. It don't have to be all pretty, just doing what you do. I make mine like, I just like crumble it because I don't really want like big pieces in my mouth, pause. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not gonna like cook down, like it's gonna stay that way. So just kind of like break it up. All right, let's do another one. Ooh! Starting today, I prioritize my development. Yes, 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 and yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. I'm telling you, ever since I started prioritizing like my mental health, like things have really been moving in my favor. For sure, for sure. Like, things have really just been coming together for me. I've been manifesting like crazy. I've just become a better person. Like, I can see it like in certain situations like today, like the way I respond to certain things, like things that used to bother me don't bother me. You know, I'm using like 3/4 of the sheet. Things that used to bother me don't even bother me anymore. Like, I've become so chill. There used to be a point where I'd be so frantic about stuff, like, oh my God. Oh, also got to add the lemon. I forgot. So I have a lemon here. I'm just going to cut it in half and squeeze it in there. I forgot about that. And something else I'm going to add, which she did not, is a little maple syrup. Because I want to. That's why. All right. So let me cut this in half. I'm just going to squeeze me some lemon in there. Okay. That's enough. I don't like stuff to be too lemony. Like, honestly, I really don't like lemon. I only put it in there because recipes be calling for it, but I really don't like lemon like that. I got a little maple syrup here. I'm going to drizzle some in. Not too much, just a little bit. And then last but not least, because I like mine to be more of like a gravy texture, this is where I'm going to sprinkle in my chickpea flour. So I'll start with like, because I want it to be like a thicker, like I don't want it to be a soup. You feel me? So I'm going to just sprinkle some of that in. on, y'all. Hello. All right. So I drizzled in some. Ooh, y'all, it smells so good. Some chickpea flour to help thicken this up. I gotta taste this. I just gotta taste it. I know we're not done. We're not nearly close to done, but I still want to taste it. Very good. Tastes good.
Recipe to dive in and enjoy this.
I'm gonna add a little sea salt to it. I just need a little salt and a little more vegetable broth. I really wish I had that miso paste. That's the only thing, but it is what it is, right? I think it'll still be good without it. It's just that miso paste is like a staple, so make sure you try to get it if you can. Let me put a little sea salt on it, and then we're just gonna let it cook up. Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, I prioritize my self-development. Yes, you guys, if you have not gone on your self-development journey, you do not know what you're missing. Like I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing. Yep. There you go. All right. Let's put the lid on it. We're gonna let it do its thing. Start cleaning up while we do this. But yeah, you don't know what you're missing. Like I'm telling you, that's what has really helped with my weight loss is being on a self-development journey. Like I don't think I would have been as successful this go around because I've been trying to lose weight for years, y'all. For years. And I just really don't think I would have been as successful with it as I have been if I didn't start working on my mental health. Because, I mean, you guys, mental health is the new wealth. The reason why, I don't know about you, but I know for me and a lot of people, the reason why we overeat is because we're running from something, like a negative emotion or feeling or something that happened. We don't know how to deal with certain things, certain stressors. So we use food to cope with it. You might be depressed. You might be anxious, right? Like there's just so many things, so many negative emotions that contribute to overeating, right? Because that's essentially what it is. It's overeating. You know, there's really no other way to put it. It's overeating. I don't know why I grabbed the chickpeas. We don't need those. But yeah, it's really overeating. And so in order to fix that, you have to fix yourself. So how do you fix yourself? Well, for one, we've talked about this time and time again, but I don't mind keep talking about it because it's really important. I feel like in order to fix yourself, you got to start going to counseling. And I think things have gotten better around the stigma of counseling, but I still feel like it's a lot of people who think that going to counseling means that you're crazy. And I don't think that. Like, we all got shit with us. Like, I don't think anyone's parents were perfect. You know, I don't think anyone's familial upbringing was perfect, right? Some people's were probably better than others, sure, but to say it was perfect to the point where you handle life with an A+ and nothing ever gets to you and you're just a perfect being, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think we all have stuff to work on, you know, and the only way it's going to get worked on is if you actually try to work on it. If you don't try to heal yourself and figure out, okay, why do certain things trigger me? Like, why, you have to figure that out. You really have to figure that out. Why does stress make me feel this way? How do I cope with stress? How do I cope with this toxic ass job that I have, or my toxic family members, whatever, right? How do I deal with something that happened to me in my childhood years? How do I deal with it healthily, right? Because if you don't fix that, it's gonna forever be a crutch. Like whatever you're using to cope is gonna forever be a crutch. So for me, I had plenty of crutches. I had food as a crutch, alcohol, weed. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I had a lot of crutches because I just could not. Hold on, let me close this trash bag. The last thing I need is for all this trash to fall out onto this floor. But yeah, I had a lot of crutches. I had a lot of vices. A lot of vices. I had an anger problem. I didn't know how to handle my emotions. I used to do a lot of blame shifting. I used to blame everybody for my problems. Like everybody. Like I could never just take accountability for anything. It was always somebody else's fault for why I'm going through whatever I'm going through. I know, toxic as fuck. Toxic as hell. But that's because I couldn't look at myself in the mirror and realize that I'm the reason why this is this. Like, it's no one else's fault but mine, you know? But through counseling and working on myself, I was able to fix those things. Now I take full accountability for my life. I know now that I am in control of a lot of things. Like, I don't think we realize we don't have control over other people. You can't, some people try, but you don't have control over other people. And you can't always control your environment. Sure, you might be able to control where you live and, maybe a certain area in your city isn't the safest or the healthiest, right? So, okay, you might be able to, you could move, right? But when I say environment, like sometimes you can't always control your work environment right away. Like sometimes it takes time to find another job. Sometimes, getting another job might mean getting another certification, getting another degree, whatever. So basically what I'm saying is it might not be able to happen right away unless you just quit, which, hey, I did that. But so if you can't necessarily control your environment, you can at least figure out ways to cope with your environment, healthy ways, so that you're not overeating, so that you're not, just consuming all these negative emotions that are driving you to overeat or smoke or drink or whatever. So start prioritizing your mental health. Like, seriously, you really need to if you haven't. I really wish I had that miso paste. I pulled the one out in the fridge that I had from when I had made this last, which was like a year ago. That shit was like black. I was like, oh shit. Definitely can't use that. It was black. So I don't think I have one in here that I have open, no. Okay. Well, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. We just not gonna have it. Okay. Ooh. Smells delicious. Starting to smell fishy. Starting to smell fishy, you guys. I'm going to put just a little bit more chickpea flour in this so it can thicken up just a little more. It's still kind of like soupy. Let me show you guys before I add it. All right, so this is what it looks like. So see what I mean? It's still kind of like a soupy texture, kind of loose. So I'm gonna put just like another tablespoon of chickpea flour in it because, like I said, I want to see more of like a gravy, so a little thicker, but it smells delicious. All right, you guys, so I let it sit for another 10 minutes. I added some more chickpea flour, so this is what we have. Let me zoom in. So it's a lot thicker than it was. It's not like soup. Like it's still, it's more like a gravy texture consistency that I wanted. So now it's time to eat this. All right, so I have my bowl. Let me put some quinoa in here. I'm gonna just do like one, maybe like, well, two, about a cup of quinoa is what I have in here. About a cup of quinoa. Okay. Let's add some of this Jamaican rundown. It smells so good, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. You grab me a spoon. All right, so let me show you guys what we got. Can you see? Okay, so that's what's in this bowl right here, okay? Let me turn my skillet off because it is done. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go. All right. Get the quinoa and the rundown. It smells so good. Yep. Yeah, I did that. I did it. Despite not having the miso paste, I still got it done. Hold on. One more bite. Yep. And that's how you do that. Wow. Yep. I did that with the help of Jen. All right, you guys. So this is dinner for the next few days. So good. Wow. It's like fishy, but not fish. Oh my gosh, that was really good. I'm going to eat this. So if you guys want to see what we did yesterday for chest, shoulders, and triceps, make sure you guys click right here. And I will see you guys tomorrow bright and early for legs, quad, and calf focus. Bye, you guys.